PSG Konsult focuses on financial advice, stockbroking, asset management and insurance.
Right, remember it used to be traded on the over-the-counter market, but it came to the JSE in June of 2014. Remember also the PSG Group owns about 60+% of it.
So market cap here, 8.8 billion rand, and it's based on its interim results published in October 2014. It has a PE ratio of 29.3 and a dividend yield here of almost 2%. So Lance, this one is expensive, to say the least.
Yeah, it's one of the PSG success stories. They've managed to build a business in this space, in their chosen space: financial advice, asset management, stockbroking, and then there's insurance inside it as well, which is maybe the smaller part. So grown nicely, and the expectation on listing was very high. So the OTC market seemed to go relatively frothy, pushed the price up hell of a lot. And since that formal listing, it's been quite disappointing, the performance. It's been flat, R7.80 the listing price. It's a little bit less than that. And it's expensive as a result. So I think it's got quite a lot of headwinds in terms of it's got to prove itself in earnings growth to grow into its valuation.
Share chart will reveal just a 3-year chart, because as we said, they've only been on the main market since then. I think Lance has put his finger on it. People regard the business very highly. Francois Gous, the CEO, is very good. Paul Theron, the chairman, was the one who brought the business in that does the advice around tax and all of that sort of stuff. It's got 201 offices around the country, thousands of employees, assets under management in its funds like northwards of 150 billion rand, assets under administration in the stockbroking business, another 150 plus. So strong, solid, good earnings, but maybe it just kind of, for various historic reasons, got a little bit expensive, and the PSG Group having such a big stake means the liquidity isn't so good.
Given that it's expensive, I'm assuming that you are not going to be buying at current levels.
Yeah, as I said, I think the valuation and the earnings have got to meet each other. So the earnings growth, They brought the business into the mainstream, and you'll see a much more public face of the business. They've invested quite a lot in the brand, and so they are raising the profile. The assets are coming in. The assets under management growth is pretty impressive. I suppose there are potential acquisition opportunities for them. They've changed the business model slightly to tweak it, and it's on a good trajectory. Francois Gous is a great experienced financial
I'm hearing a but coming into our conversation, but all these good things, but
it's again the valuation. A 30 PE, it's really got to grow quite aggressively to justify that.
You've never been scared of a high PE?
No, look, and I like the private client business, because everything we said earlier about performance fees and pressure and all that sort of stuff more relates to institutional business. Private clients just want reliability, someone to answer the phone, somewhere safe to put their money that isn't going to get stolen, that kind of thing. So I'm in fact inclined to go hot on PSG Konsult.
We've got one hot, and we've got
they'll
not hot.
Also,
not hot. One
other thing we haven't mentioned is that Francois has invested a lot in new technology stuff. Remember, they had PSG Online. They've now got a thing called My PSG, which lets people see all of their assets and liabilities and what in one place.
So we have one hot and one not hot. Lance, verify.
Not hot. Yeah, not hot.